Very warm welcome to all of you on behalf of our founder, Dr. Ashok Chauhan, who's watching you live, and our Chancellor, Dr. Atul Chauhan, on my own behalf as a Group Vice Chancellor. Uh, we have got now 13 universities, so 13 Vice Chancellors, 28 Director Generals. Very warm welcome to our friends from Japan. I'll give you an overview of what MIT is all about so that you know that what we are, and then we will like to request you if you can let us know that which are the areas where you like to focus, what we can do together. But first of all, to the first secretary of the Embassy of Japan, Ms. Yasuki, Mr. Zomato, who's the Director of Study in Japan Promotion Section, Ms. Chiku Ozoria, Director of Japan, we very warmly welcome you. We do a similar program like you do a study in Japan program. We do a program called India Immersion Program. So India Immersion Program is that where we call students from across the globe so that they should have a fair idea that how we operate in India. So students spend 15 days in India, and then we take to the various companies, Japanese companies, German companies, Indian companies, that how they're operating. We teach them that what is the ecosystem, and then by the time they go back, they have a fair idea that what India is all about. We also take them to Taj Mahal in Agra and to Jaipur. We also take them to Indian theater so that they understand that how Indian theater is different, Indian music is different. So overall, I think that it is a full program which we do so that anyone who's coming from outside, they should be able to understand the Indian ecosystem. Last year, about 400 students from Australia, they were a part of this project. Similarly, a large number of UK students under the UKIRI and Turing scheme, which are the two schemes of UK government, they come to the campus. Similarly, we have seen a lot of students from Europe coming under the Erasmus Plus project to us, and under the US aid system, a lot of US students also come. So we'd like to explore with you that how you can send your students, and then also since you are a student organization, we will also like to send our students to you. So there are large number of students who are already from MIT who are going to Japan. One of our colleague, Dr. Silva Murthy, his daughter is there. Similarly, very senior people, they keep on sending their kids to Japan. So we like to explore that can we create a program where we can send our students to Japan. Uh, very few universities in India they teach Japanese. So MIT is one such university where we are teaching Japanese. So there are more than 3,000 students, Admiral Bhattagar, you told me, who are learning Japanese here in the campus. So I think that is also one area which we'd like to understand from you, that if we want to prepare students to go to Japan, then how we can further strengthen on Japanese language, which is very important. Can we get some instructor from your side who can come, who can talk, and then it can make a difference into their understanding. But first of all, very warm welcome. This is a photograph of our founder, Dr. Chauhan, who after spending more than 3 decades in Europe, came back to India and with one vision, with one motive, that we need to create an institution which is a cross-cultural institution. So you will find that besides teaching, our concentration is working very closely with the industry. For example, in India, we work very closely with Suzuki, right? So for about 15 years, when the Suzuki was being established, we used to conduct the cross-cultural training for all the GETs, graduate engineering trainees. Anyone who was coming and becoming the part of the Suzuki, they were first going through our training. So we understand that how Japanese organizations work. Indian organizations are very different. So Japanese organizations are very, very different. For example, Dr. Meghna Kandakhatta, it was an eye-opener for us that when we started training for Suzuki, all the employees, they come at 8:15 in the morning, right? And then after entering into the organization, all of them, they do exercises, right? So they do common exercise, all of them in a uniform. So from the director to the management training, all of them, they were sitting in one hall. Whereas the Indian organizations are very different. You will find that the boss sits in the bigger room, then his vice president will be the other cabin, then assistant director will be the other cabin, and then that will flow. But a family style of working in Japanese organization and consensus method, that how you decide and take decisions. I think we were able to understand and then imbibe in our culture. So that is what Dr. Chauhan has been propagating. That try to understand the culture and then try to imbibe that into the various centers. Today, MIT is one of the largest education groups of the world with 250,000 students, 6,000 faculty and scientists. We have got 12 universities, and this is the only education group which has got 12 universities. 150 institutions, overseas campuses in London, Singapore, New York, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Sharjah, Mauritius, South Africa, Kenya, China, Amsterdam, San Francisco, and Tashkent. It's shame that we are still not in Japan. I'd like to explore that how we can be more relevant to Japan. 28 schools and preschools, 2,000 acres of campuses, 20 million square feet of buildings, 400 programs covering 60 disciplines, about 2,300 patents, 5,000 case studies, research projects in hundreds, 400 alumni across the globe, and number one private university of the country from the last 7 years. This is our product metrics. MEON, K-12 schools, undergraduate programs, postgraduate programs, PhD programs, postdoctoral programs, distance and online program where we are the best in the country, corporate training and continuing education. You name a segment and you will find that we are a part of that segment. All accreditations which you can think of, we are having, but the two very important one are VASC. To open up a university in US, you need to have accreditation of VASC. Since we work with a lot of US universities, we are the only South Asia's universities to be awarded VASC accreditation for 8 years. So that is the most premium accreditation, which requires years of work, which we got, and it's the premium one which we have been able to receive. Similarly, we work with large number of UK universities also. So we got the QA certification also from the UK universities. Similarly, maybe during the day we'd like to explore from you that which are the quality standards which Japanese universities follow. Right, I have been to Japan for a few times, but I like to understand more from your side that what are the quality standards which your universities they follow, what are the opportunities which you want to offer to Indian students, and similarly from our side we'll be sending you a document that what are the opportunities we can offer to you. In terms of ranking, we are amongst the top 3% universities globally, but in terms of employability, we are amongst the top 1%. In terms of ranking in internationalization, we are the best university of the country. We have sent largest number of students abroad and largest number of students we have received from abroad. Similarly, our research international research ranking is amongst the best in the country. Amongst the IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Mumbai, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur, which are the government universities, we are the only private university which is in this league, which clearly shows the kind of focus we have for the employability of the students. This slide will give you a fair idea that how we benchmark ourselves. For example, our business school is the best private business school of the country. Our law school, the best private law college, largest number of students. Our biotech is the best biotechnology institution. Our School of Computer Science, the best private computer science institution of the country. We are having the best AI center of the country here. We'll give you a round, which will give you a fair idea that how we work. Similarly, our all campuses, they are US Green Building Council Platinum certified. So we are very environment friendly campus. Wherever you will go, you will find it's green, right? Including the conference room. Our campuses, these are the photographs. This is about 85 acres campus where you are sitting. This is a flagship campus of the group. But besides that, we have got 3 or more campuses. Just across the group, the road, we have got 27 acres campus from where we started. Then in Greater Noida, we have got another 25 acres campus. This is our 40 acres campus in Lucknow. We call it White House of Amity. This is our 150 acres campus in Jaipur. This is our 110 acres campus in Gurgaon. This is our 30 acres campus in Mumbai. This is our 100 acres campus in Gwalior. This is our Kolkata campus. This is our Raipur campus. This is our Jharkhand campus. This is our Patna campus. This is our campus in Punjab, in Mohali. This is our Bengaluru campus. And then we have got the global campuses. This is our campus in Dubai. We got an award of providing the best infrastructure. That is a photograph of our Chancellor, Dr. Atul Chauhan, who got an award of providing the best infrastructure in Dubai and in UAE. We have got two campuses in Singapore, one in London, which has got a university status. We share the wall with the British Museum. We have opened the first IT university in Uzbekistan, in Tashkent. Similarly, we have got a campus in Amsterdam, in Abu Dhabi, in New York. It's a 175 acres campus on the Long Island. Not only that, we are committed to the mission of our Honorable Prime Minister. The Prime Minister of this country wants some of the top brands of the world to be coming in India. So we became the first one to bring one of the most premium brands of the world, Harrow Schools. So where the royal family of the UK they study. So you will find the first brand which any university or any education group was able to bring was Amity. So Harrow School is fully functional. It's a residential school, one of the most premium schools of the country. It's opened in Bangalore. Similarly, we are looking for opening up one premium university where should be able to call some of the most premium brands of the world. Under the New Colombo Plan, USAID, Erasmus Plus, UCARI, and through British Council, we do immersion programs about which we'd like to explore more from you. We understand that you are a student body organization. So this is what our body works. These are the photograph of our latest program, which we did in December with the UK students. We do ambassador lecture series. We would love to call Japanese ambassador. I was there in your embassy when you were celebrating the National Day. But please extend our invitation to the ambassador. Would love to have him and interact with the students. But this is what we have been doing. And ambassadors from US, UK, Australia, Korea, they have been on the campus, right? We will surely want the Japanese ambassador to be on the campus talking to our students. Nobel laureate series. So research is in our DNA. Whatever we do, this is a research and innovation driven university. So with very high H index, with the large number of patents, one third of which have been commercialized, day and night we work on research. Like for example, when you will take a round, you will find that today also there are 3 research conferences which are going on the campus. So Nobel laureates we invite and they become the inspiration to our students. We have got more than 8 Nobel laureate centers here. For example, Eunice Center, Sir Richard Roberts Center, Kailash Satyarthi Center. All of them, they are the Nobel laureates. Sir Harry Kroto Center, Professor Warren Arbor Center, and Professor Yuan Li from Taiwan, his center. And all of them, they spend some time on the campus and work along with faculty and students. Similarly, we have got 300 noted professors from across the globe, which are on the advisory board, which keep on helping the students to understand that what is happening around the globe. For example, in the morning, even myself, I delivered a lecture, the implications of the budget on the stock markets. Right. So with the new US president coming up, the whole world has question marks that how the stock markets will behave, how the exchange rates are going to be determined, what is happening in Japan on the exchange rates, why the interest rate in Japan, they are fluctuating, what will happen and what impact it will have on India, what is going to be the rate of rupee versus dollar, right? So I think that all these things we keep on debating. So in the morning we had a 3-hour session where the students, they sat together and they did their forecasting. We offer more than 400 degrees and 60 disciplines. So maybe that we can understand from you that where you are interested and then we can make a program for our students and your students. This is another project which we did in Africa. We are relevant to 42 African countries, where about 80,000 students, they are part of our e-learning programs. We teach, you can see, Japanese, Chinese, French, German, Spanish, Russian, Arabic, and each of the 250,000 students, they have to pick up one language compulsory, and they have to spend some time abroad. So that is the culture and the value system of this university. We have got a skill and vocational training center. Similarly, Word Class Incubator, it is the best in the country. Research collaborations across the globe. Largest partner of Government of India to deliver training. And we say that if you have not got a heart, then you are not doing good to the society. So whatever we do for the society. 3,000 scholarships we offer to the students, so that they can be a part of our ecosystem right from nursery class to their postdoctorate. Entire funding is done by the foundation. The future is 35 universities, state in every state, and 100 campuses across the countries, and overseas campuses across the globe. And maybe next time when you come, we want to see Japan also here very prominently highlighted, that we have a presence in Japan and Japan has a presence in India. Thank you so very much.
Yes, yeah. Oh, from you don't. Presentation. Okay. Thank you for giving us the opportunity. Yeah. Um, on behalf of Japan Student Services Organization, we would like to express our sincerest appreciation for your invitation. Professor Dr. Uh, Gurinder Singh and Rear Admiral Alok Bhatnagar, and distinguished professors, staff in Amity University. We are very impressed that your heart warm welcome like this, like this. This is very traditional way to welcome. So I'm very happy to have presentation right here. So shall we start? The reason why we came here is we need some your support of doing research, doing survey. It's called Further Future Past Present Preference Survey. Before that, we'd like to introduce what is JASSO. JASSO, Japan Student Services Organization, is an organization under the jurisdiction of Ministry of Education, Culture, Sports, Science, and Technology of Japan. We are kind of a governmental agency and also budget from government. So what we are doing is along the policy of Japanese government. And our purpose of organization is to support students, including international students of higher education institution in Japan. Now I'd like to introduce the current situation between India and Japan. As you know that India and Japan has a long-term history of friendship. Yeah, more than maybe 1,040 years. we learn from India in terms of religion, culture, literature, and so forth. Yeah, we have a very big influence from India through China to Japan. And nowadays, importance has been increasing and deepening. Here shows that former Prime Minister of Japan, Mr. Kishida, visited Delhi 2 years ago to hold India-Japan Summit meeting with His Excellency, Mr. Narendra Modi. And the two leaders concurred a promotion of Japanese language education here in India. And also they concluded increase the number of international students studying in Japan. And this shows the His Excellency Mr. C.V. George, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the Republic of India to Japan. He's an ambassador in Tokyo, and we are invited the Human Resources Exchange meeting. You can find us, Ms. Tomoko and me around here. Yeah. Anyways, in that meeting, Ambassador mentioned that he's going to welcome 15,000 Indian students to Japanese universities, and he's very actively moving toward that. Like he's visited 50 universities in Japan for 1 year, and he saw that Japanese university have a higher level of education, and also each university has its own remarkable characteristics. On the other hand, here shows the stats of international students in Japan. Totally about 208,000 international students. Among them, Indian student is around 1,600, which shows 0.6%. Whereas Japanese total population is about 120 million, and use the greatest in the world, right? 1.4 billion. It's more than 10 times. And also, Indian student in higher education institution is about 40 million, whereas ours are 3 million. That also more than 10 times. These figures shows that 0.6% is very small amount, and we'd like to increase more. So how can we do that to encourage more excellent and very talented Indian students to welcome Japan? So we concluded that we would like to get in touch with Indian student real opinion, two voices for regarding studying abroad and including studying in India. So what can we do? Therefore we have decided to conduct survey, right? And through this survey, we aim to understand the following 3 points. First of all, country. Which country is Japan one of the choices for Indian students study destination? If not, what are the reasons and what kind of systems should we change to attract Indian students? The second of all, promotion. How students or their guardians gather information regarding study abroad, and how should we promote study in Japan? How should we, PR Japan? And also, the last of all, factors to choose to select what are the important things to consider when Indian students are choosing a university or country for their further studies in order to find Japanese attractiveness and strong points. And for survey result, we will share the survey result with Minister of Education and also Minister of Foreign Affairs of Japan, which means government. And it also will share with universities in Japan for improvement of their acceptance system or admission systems for welcoming Indian students. And also it will be a top tips for JASSO, our promotion activity. So this is an ideal way of spiral, gathering real opinion from Indian students, I'm sorry, and which leads improvement both of Japanese university and us, and welcome more students, Indian students studying in Japan. And that causes a mutual understanding and also prosperity or benefit for both countries, India and Japan. This is a real ideal spiral. So we would like to ask your cooperation. The survey, sorry. So the survey, the surveys, we have set a condition for universities. It should be a high level of education, and also there should be quite a certain amount of students who study abroad at overseas universities, and also exchange agreement. There should be exchange agreement with Japanese universities involving research and student exchanges. And as far as our research, MIT University has several MOU with Japanese universities like Kyushu University of Technology and Chiba Institute of Technology, Shibaura Institute of Technology, and so forth. Teikyo, yeah, several agreements there are. So you deserve to, to for our survey. And our service target is all students. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All students studying in your university. And what we would like to ask you is we will send you the online service URL or QR code to you, or somebody in charge of the student activity, student services. And please announce to your student via maybe sending email all at once to all students, or SNS or whatever, by sending your QR code and ask them to answer it. And the period of the survey, we would like to discuss the person in charge later. And before ending my presentation, there are information for maybe it's useful to you. JASSO, or we are conducting study in Japan seminar, especially for Indian students, twice a month. And online seminar, next online seminar will be held on February 12th next week, and then 25th and March as well. You can get good information for study in Japan. And also we are running All Japan website to welcome Japan. It's called Study in Japan website. So anyways, I hope I would like you to accept our favor to be cooperate with the survey. So thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your presentation. I think that both the sides, we have agenda. So while we will be more than happy to assist you for this survey, our broader thinking is that we should be able to understand that what MIT and your organization can do together. So for this survey, we'll surely will do. We have requested Nagar, who's our deputy DG, that he will be collecting all the information, will be able to give that. But here, the large number of students, they're already doing Japanese language. And we do understand that the Prime Minister of our country, he is very much interested that we should be able to send somewhere about 50,000 students to Japan. And the ambassador who is there with you, along with the external affairs minister, HR minister, they are trying to understand that what is the ecosystem which Japanese universities are. We're also aware that Japan has been a very good friend of India for so many years. A number of Japanese organizations are here. So we would like to understand from your side that can we have a deeper connection where through you we can create some kind of program where the students are doing a small program in Japan, and your students can come and they can be a part of our ecosystem. Also, in any case, our students are going for doing their PhD and masters. Few are going for masters program. But if we make a channel where we can say that we are targeting somewhere about 50 or 100 students from the various areas, maybe that 4 can be from computer science, 2 can be from artificial intelligence, 10 can be from international business, 10 can be from journalism and communication, from biotechnology, and then which universities we will be able to send them. We have similar program with number of universities which we are running, and it has been very very successful. Since you are a student oriented organization, you keep on organizing such study abroad programs. It would be worth understanding from you that how we can build it up. Also at MIT, we do India immersion program where we are funding it quite to a quite extent. Similarly, I was watching your website, and we could see that you do offer number of scholarships to the students to do such programs. So if we can create a list of the programs, scholarships available on both the sides, time frame when we have to apply, what are the prerequisites for these scholarships, which are the universities where the students can go, can we create a program in India which is 15 days to 1 month. Similarly, when our students are going, can we create a 5 weeks long program? We do 5 week long program called study abroad program in UK, USA, Australia, Dubai, and Singapore, right? But so far we have not been able to do similar program in Japan. But are there scholarships available through which we can create such program, which is a study abroad program in Japan? So these were the thoughts, but we thought that maybe that we should mention to you. We'll write you an email. But thank you so much for coming. I would also request your colleagues if they can introduce themselves, and then our colleagues who are here and what they feel we can do in Japan. But first of all, from your side.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Colleagues will also introduce.
Yeah, okay. The, the first to me. So I'm Nakayama from Embassy of Japan in Delhi. So I'm in charge of the people to people exchange, especially Japanese government scholarship. It calls mixed scholarship. So it is a full scholarship program, and so Amity students can apply the master course and doctoral course. They can apply. So next recruitment will be start next April. Yeah, and so I will send information
So
to
who's the
you.
point of contact? You are the point of contact?
Yes.
So from our side, Edward Bhatnagar is going to be the point of contact,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
we will write to you
Yeah.
that how we can send students and then how we can receive your students.
Okay. So yeah. So I will inform the next scholarship information. Yeah. To you. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Your introduction. Yeah.
Okay.
You want to please share there?
Okay. My name is Tomoko Kozuka from Japan Student Service Organization. I'm working with Mr. Yamamoto. Uh, I came to India to do the survey because we want to welcome more and more Indian students to Japan, but we don't know well about the Indian student opinion. So through this survey, we'd like to know more and more about Indian students' opinion. Then we will improve our system or our PR, how to PR Japan or something. And then more and more Indian students may be easy to come to Japan to study. And we want to make the good spiral between India and Japan. So thank you for having us today and hope to cooperate with you for a long time. Hi. Thank you so much.
Also, we have got two heads of the business schools, three heads of the business schools. Maybe that, and we have done a lot of training and consulting with the Japanese organization. So maybe we can also take a reference to this research survey which they are doing, and it can be a part of our article. And we can maybe that we can shortlist few articles. Just sitting here, I was thinking maybe Japanese style of business, right? It can be a title one of the. Then we can also look at Japanese universities, opportunities and challenges. You know, the opportunities are that they are one of the best universities of the world. Challenges can be language, right? But then we need to maybe write. So maybe that we can take some data from their side which they are collating, and then can draw some inferences out of it, right? So maybe similarly you can think of a few topics, and then we can use this data for our research purpose also, right? Fine, thank you. Maybe that you can take it with all everyone.
Yeah, good afternoon. I'm Rear Admiral Alok Bhatnagar. I'm the Deputy Director General for International Affairs. I focus on providing the facilities that Amity has to foreign students. So to welcome foreign students is very important, and that is one of the directives that we have from our Honorable Prime Minister also, that we must make India a education hub. And therefore we would like to see how we can encourage your students to come to Amity, to start with short duration programs, and then we can do dual degree arrangements which can provide mobility for students from both sides for degree programs. Thank you.
If we can get the list of the companies who are interested. Yeah, thank you, Admiral Bhatnagar. If we can also get the list of the companies who are interested in hiring students from India, because that will also promote that where the students, why students should go to Japan. So maybe that later on they will like to come back. So maybe in our article or in our research, we can highlight that these are the companies which are interested. So maybe that we would like to have a data from you, that these are the top 100 companies which have interest in India, right? And these are the things which they're looking at. So from our side also, we'll prepare a questionnaire, we'll give it to you. So your questionnaire we will fill, but then we will also prepare a questionnaire which we will send to you, and then maybe then you can tell us number one, top brands of the of Japan. Number two, what they're looking for, like for example maybe language. So at what level of the language we should be doing in MIT, right? Similarly, if the student is going to Japan, then what kind of advantages they have. To my knowledge, I think most of the universities are not charging fee in Japan. They are offering 100% scholarships, which is very good. But then will they be able to stay there? How long they will be able to stay in Japan? Right, so that's a third question. And then if they will come back, then are there Japanese organization which will be able to take them? One thing which is unique, I have worked with Japanese companies for a number of years. So one thing which is unique, and I must compliment Japanese companies, that they take very good care of their people, right? So normally I have seen that Japanese, if they join an organization, they will not change their organization. So if they join an organization, they retire in that organization. And gray hair have lot of value. Gray doesn't mean that those who have gray but born, but those who are wiser. So means with the age, they always give lot of respect to the older generation. So we did this training in Suzuki, where the attrition rate of the youngster was very high. So Mr. Siddiqui, who was their HR director, they give this responsibility to MIT, and I did then this training for about 15 years. All young boys and girls from premier institutions, from MIT, from IIT, from IIMs, they used to come, but within 4 months they were going out. 4 to 6 months. So they were not able to understand that why such young boys and girls to whom they pay so well, they join Suzuki and then they leave. And then we did similar research like you are doing to find out that why they are leaving. So we were found out. It was found out that the systems culture is very different. So Japanese culture is very different from the Indian culture. Like for example, coming in a uniform, eating same food. Everyone in the Japanese organization will eat same food. So I saw the managing director coming also in a line in the cafeteria. It was free. Coming in the cafeteria and eating same food. Similarly, the management trainee is also standing in a queue eating same food. And then there's a cafeteria where 5,000, 10,000 people are eating. So that is one style of working, or working in a hall. So we did a lot of work on it, understanding Japanese culture, how they work, deliberating on one issue for hours unless they come on a consensus. So it's a consensus method of decision making. It took almost 4 years. If you go from here, there's a Nizamuddin bridge. On again, we did a questionnaire and research on this. It took 4 years for the Japanese and government to decide whether they should make a bridge, whether they should not. So delegations came, they decided, they deliberated. But once they decided, do you know that how much time they took to make a bridge? 3 months. So 4 years preparation, whether they should go for it or they should not go for it. But once you decide, it's one of the finest bridges we have. So I think that is a great culture which Japanese have given, and we really trust it. We can learn so many things. Also, restricting our diet. So you look at the food they eat. So I think the culture, language, dance, theater, art, engineering. For example, one of the most amazing company which we have in India is from Japan, which actually started up a revolution in the automobile industry. So we would like to understand that which are those about 100 brands which are now there in India. We also have our list, but we can share, and then we can look from the internship point of view. Can our students do internships with you? Placements, research projects, can we do joint training with each other? So we'll also send some questionnaires to you if you can help us, and then we can give it to our IIC, CRC, ATPC, which can help students, and then as well as to our researchers, which will be very, very helpful. But thank you.
Good afternoon. I am Dr. Ramesh Bagla. I am a professor of strategy and marketing in MIT Business School, and I look after internationalization efforts there. So, as Dr. Gurinder Singh has just said, that we have to have an approach where it is reciprocal. Your students come here, our students go there. So it cannot be one-sided. For long-term success of this cooperation, it should be reciprocal, and there are many areas which we can cover. Like we can have India immersion programs for your students and faculty members. Likewise, you can have Japan immersion program for our faculty and students. We can have co-guides for our PhD students also. And then we hold a number of international conferences. 2 very big conferences are coming in the month of February and March, and where we can invite your professors, your students to participate, to submit their research papers. That is another area with which we can start immediately. So there are a number of areas where we can establish contacts, and we can have a mutually rewarding cooperation and collaboration. I have in my industry experience dealt with Japanese people, and one very wonderful thing which I noted, that if there is a delegation, there is a group of 4 people, they will first consult among themselves, and without consensus they will not speak. So this is a great thing to learn. So likewise, there is a lot that we can learn from each other, and we can have many areas of cooperation and collaboration. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, Dr. Govind Singh sir. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Devyani from Amity School of Communication. I have worked with your esteemed NHK, International Broadcasting Agency, for 3 years, based in India and Japan. And we are a mass communication institute, journalism. I head the media studio there. I would like to extend my hearty gratitude and expectations to collaborate and provide our students in internships, jobs, of course, study abroad programs and courses of field visits, exposure, technical knowledge, because with my years of experience in TV journalism, I have always seen whenever a channel is launched, Japan delegates come and they help in technology development for entire infrastructure in terms of IT and studio setups. So welcome to Amity Universe and look forward for all this knowledge exchange. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, a very heartiest welcome to Amity University. I am Sheetal Chauhan, working in the office of Group Vice Chancellor, sir, also managing and assisting in International Affairs Division. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Ayushi. I recently joined. Yes. Thank you so much, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. It's been absolutely wonderful to be here and to meet these people. And I do believe that if you collaborate with Amity University, it would be a symbiotic relationship and you would as well benefit for the survey as well. Because if our students come there in real time, you would get to know the gaps. You could identify them and realize what's missing and lacking. And then you could get a proper contingent from our country as well. So that would really assist you as well. And it would be a completely immersive and wonderful experience for our students as well. So I do believe that it would be a wonderful symbiotic relationship for both of us. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome to Amity. We are so happy to have you here. As very rightly discussed during your presentation and the presentation of Group Vice Chancellor, sir, there are multiple ways through which we can strengthen our partnership. To start with, we can have, if we want to have a very effective partnership, it is always rooted through the student. So if approved by Group Vice Chancellor, we can have study abroad to Japan. So far, we have not been sending student for study abroad Japan, which is a capsule 5-week program. They can be there in Japan and learn the ecosystem there and come back. And once they come back, they behave as an ambassador of your culture. So to strengthen that is a very good route. Inbound and outbound student mobility. Then research is another very strong area, as we very rightly say that research is in our DNA. Since I take care of strategic partnership and international collaboration, so research partnership and research funding project is one of the key area where we work on. We are working on Indo-Japan funding project. We'll be very happy to have you as a partner, as a principal investigator in our project. And from the ambassador's office, we'll be very happy to share the details with you on the email so that we can take it forward, and we can take your guidance also if you want to introduce somebody to us to take this project forward. So that is one area. Another area is, of course, industry, through industry. So we have a concept called apprenticeship, international project, international internship, and international apprenticeship. We'll be very happy if we can collaborate with the companies. We have good cohort who often go out for apprenticeship program, which is a short term 6 months internship, prolonged internship program. Of course, it is a paid internship program. So we'll be very happy if you introduce us with the industry to start our partnership, and our student can take part of all these apprenticeship program and go to Japan as the option. Then of course conference, knowingly if you Google EINBUSH, that is in bush. If you Google it, if you check it on the YouTube, you'll understand the scale of this conference. We'll be very happy to have you as a partner in this conference, and we can have a separate session if approved by Group VC, sir. We can have a separate session with the Japanese organization or company. We are also having pavilion for different universities and countries. We can have it part of it. I repeat, the spelling is INBUSH. And this year is special because this year it will be 25th. So we are celebrating our silver jubilee this year. The dates are 19th, 20th, and 21st. So 3 days we invite your delegation to be part of this conference, and then of course we'll be very curious because you talk about your survey. We are curious to know, do you offer any scholarships to the student? Because Amity do not only offer scales, because we have 250,000 students. So we do not only offer skills, we also offer skills. So we have few very good meritorious students. So we would be curious to know if you offer any scholarship to the student. This will help us to ask our student to look for Japan as a very good option for higher education. Rest we'll discuss the more we go on, and we are looking forward for a very, very fruitful and outcome-based partnership. Thank you so much.
Very good afternoon to our most esteemed guests.
It's a very good suggestion that we can have a focus session on Japan. So, till today, we were having 5 sessions. One was on North America. We had focus on America and Japan. We are having quite a few contributions, and that's where we live. And other sessions on UK, where we are only going to part of Europe. And fourth is on Australia. And then fifth is on the rest of the world. But rather than keeping Japan in the rest of the world, we would like to have a special focus session on Japan, which will educate students that what are the risks and what are the opportunities which our students have. So maybe that you can take back this message, and then we will follow that if your investor can come, if your Japanese companies can come, our students will also be able to understand the ecosystem development. And maybe that will be a very soon the start of the situation. We would like to know the way.
So, once again, a very hearty welcome to our most esteemed guest from Japan, and I am Dr. Khattar. I represent the business school. If I may start from the very top at the, so we, India and Japan, like you rightly said in your speech, we have been friends for so many centuries. It's religiously, spiritually, and in all other ways. Even today, I think so. We are members of the famous Quad, which is a very powerful body, right? So that thinking process, if we are friends, so that friendship should percolate downwards. So we see it in the industry because there are a lot of Japanese industries which are there in India and maybe likewise. But unfortunately, this is not percolated in the education field, which you rightly said, and I think so. That is the basic reason why you're here and trying to understand. And in what the figures we just projected, 1600 is actually, one can't even believe that so less number of students are studying in Japan, where the facilities are par excellence. And I think so. Maybe it's both ways. Maybe I think so. I don't know how many Japanese students are here. So at the face of it, I think so. I have not done any research. I think so. There is no information to the Indian students. Like I said, I've not done the research. Like all these countries from various universities from various other countries, they have these education fairs, and there are a lot of advertisements come, and they hold the fair. The students go there, they try and understand. I really don't think so that there is any effort from your side. I may be wrong, but that is my first observations and all. So I think so that is one thing which you probably can take back, and at least try and advertise that what are the benefits of studying in Japan. Going down, because I'm part of the business school, like rightly it has been like said by many other speakers. Typically, from a business school, our students is looking for internships in your country because you have one of the finest companies, and so we would like to invite your students on a dual exchange programs. List is endless. I can go on student exchange, faculty exchange, joint research, PhD doing in one other country, having co-guides and all. So that, of course, we would work out once we sit across the table and getting into nitty-gritties and all. So that was my observations. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Professor Pranshu from School of Hospitality. I remember last year when we had the International Food Festival, then we invited the Japanese embassy over here to showcase their Japanese culinary art. And of course, the education department for the Japanese embassy, they have also come and they have distributed so many scholarships. So today, I think this is the result of that interaction. So as being a part of the hospitality, it is wonderful to have you here. And in terms of the hospitality, I can say that uh, Japanese culinary and Indian culinary, we can do some type of, agreement or some contract. In Japan, the Indian food is very popular, and in India also the Japanese food is very popular. So we can do some type of exchange program in terms of students, where the students from the Japan they can come here and they can learn the Indian cuisine, and the student from India they can go over there and they can learn the Japanese cuisine also. And apart from the culinary, we can do a lot of things in the hospitality also. Sir has also mentioned, and the team also mentioned so many things. So in the hospitality, we can do a lot. And thank you very much.
I think very important. We need to learn quite a lot about the Japanese. Maybe that you know that now Japanese restaurants are in demand, right? We want to reduce. so, uh, yeah, yeah. So, so absolutely. I think Japanese food is in very much demand. I have young children, so every weekend there is a war going for Indian food, North Indian food, or Japanese food. And do you know that who wins? Japanese food. So we finally we land to the Japanese restaurants. So a lot of restaurants coming up in Noida where we are. So the food is becoming very popular. It's healthy, and the youngsters they want to have it, and especially the new companies, Japanese companies which are coming up. So it's the culture, and Dr. Pranchu has been able to organize a food festival where the do you know which is the most popular food? Japanese. Yeah, very popular food. So yeah, so but he never treats us. So but we like to learn from you, and I think that in India they say that you have friendships on food table. Yeah. So when I went to Japan, I had a very different kind of experience because I learned that not only how people eat, but how people celebrate. So it was a very different way of celebrating that both the sides, people will take small glasses of wines, though I don't drink, and then they will do it together. Yeah. So we never had that in India. But I think that all those things, you must, Dr. Pranchu, if we can do a special focus one on Japan. During InBush also we can do that. But we'll request support from the embassy because bringing companies closer, maybe that we can keep their food for a day. We can request the embassy if they can help us. But pure Japanese food, that what? Maybe one or two culture items also, like for example, classical Japanese theater or dance. We can so that students should know about Japan. So I think that you are right that students need to be educated more about the country. It's a great country with great culture, I would say. So you know that you can see determination of Japan, such a small country, but contributing in the world GDP tremendously. And then people not only friendly, the kind of respect they give uh, after the World War, again rising and becoming a superpower, right? So I think that this is so much to learn, that how and what determination, with what determination they work. Sports is another area which we need to learn from Japan, that how they have their place in sports. So we request that if this can be a part of the survey which we are doing, so we will create a questionnaire and we will follow it up very passionately. So maybe 4 or 5 areas we will create out of this survey. Like you are doing a survey in India, we will also do a survey. And then out of these areas, then we will create a partnership opportunities, and then we will work with JASSO very, very closely. This is what our suggestion is. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you, Group Vice Chancellor. And also, Mr. Yamamoto, thank you very much for your presentation and the survey that you are intending to give us. We will complete that survey and get it back to you. But a lot of new and important ideas have emerged from this meeting, and we will see that all of them see light of day and we take this relationship forward. It only remains for me to request our Group Vice Chancellor to felicitate the delegation with some gifts which you can remember us from. Thank you.
more. It remembers that Dr. Chauhan, who's our founder, he often tells a story that when he was doing his PhD in Europe, his best friend was Japanese. And that is why we started Japanese language here. Yeah, so he said that when he was doing PhD, his roommate was Japanese. So sometimes he will score higher, sometimes Japanese will score higher. So when we were creating the Japanese culture, he said that please have Japanese as a part. So we started Japanese as a language in the year 1996. So since then we have been teaching this language. Thank you.
In fact, our oldest popular song, Dil Hai Juda Hai Japani. I love color combinations of Japan. Silver and pink color, always. You will see the packing is very different. Let's have a good photograph together. All of this. अच्छा, आप ले जाओ. You can also we can give them.
So we will take you campus tour.